Hi, and thank you for watching. Today we're going to review a few of the features that allow for fast, intuitive experiences to explore your data in Power BI, both for report authors and for business users that are just trying to explore the data. So let's get into it. The first one I'm going to show is called Column by Example. In this one, data preparation is made easy through just typing the type of transformation that you want and Power BI guessing or creating an expression that will allow for that data transformation. So let's take a look. In this particular example, you can see that I have state information, a state abbreviation, some city information, and population. What I'm going to do in Power BI is I'm going to go and add a column by example, and then Power Query is going to allow me to type the type of transformation that I want, and it's going to create an expression for automating that. In this particular case, let's say I want a narrative that takes the state name and some information about the cities. So I'm going to do that right here. And you can see Alabama is a state abbreviation of population X with cities, capital, and the biggest city. I'm just going to click Enter here, and you can see Power BI is already creating an expression for me and showing me the actual expression to replicate that narrative across all the different rows of this data set. If I'm happy with what I see, I just click OK, and I can bring that into Power BI. Now let's take a look at quick insights. So in this particular case, I have a report, and you can see a spike in sales and budget for the month of June. If I want to know where that increase is coming from, all I have to do is right-click on that column, select Analyze, and explain the increase. It also works with decreases. What you can see here is Power BI is showing me different options of visualizations explaining that variation. In this particular case, which days of the month this is coming from. This one, for example, which is very interesting, the people that are buying our products, what type of background education they have. If I like any of these particular visuals, I can just add it to my report. You can see that I can go back, and it's right here. And this is fully interactive. If I click on that visual in particular, you can see that we are cross-highlighting the month that we're trying to explain. Let's take a look at another one. So this is a very regular scatter plot. The information that we have here is basically the fatality rate of accidents, the average vehicle speed, and then the brand of the vehicle. Let's say I want to group these data points together to create clusters, but I don't know what type of information or mathematical expression I would have to use. Power BI allows you to select here, automatically find clusters. You can force the number of clusters that you want, or you can let Power BI choose that for you. When I click OK, Power BI is going to go through the same process that I showed before, where it's running mathematical and statistical analysis on the model behind this data, and then it's showing us the result, which is filters and a legend showing all the different clusters that they were found. So for example, in this particular case, high vehicle speed and high fatality rate, you can see like it makes sense. And also you can cross-filter because those clusters that have been created work as legends and also groups of data that you can cross-filter across all of your reports. Now let's take a look at another feature by example. In this particular case, scraping a website. Usually what you can do in a website is if there's a clear HTML table, Power BI will recognize that, give you a preview, and you can bring that in right into your model. In this particular case, let's say we cannot do that because the data is hidden behind CSS formatting and other different things in a website. But what we can do is we can tell Power BI with typing, the same way we did with columns, what is the data point that we want in that page, automating that scraping and making it easier for you. So I'm going to go and make this bigger. So you can see that we are in the Rotten Tomatoes website, where we can see the top box office movies. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start scraping the name of the movies. So in this particular case, Us is the first one. Power BI still doesn't recognize what I'm doing because there's only one reference point. So let me go with the second one, which is Captain Marvel. And then maybe we'll do a third one, which is Wonder Park. After I select those three, I'm going to click Enter, and Power BI already knows that that's the data point that I want. Let's do another one. Let's add another column just to show the example. And let's go with the tomato meter, which is kind of that aggregation of movie ratings. In this particular case, it's 94. I'm going to click Enter. And you can see that Power BI knows right away which part of that page I want to do. There's one that is missing because that one doesn't have any reviews. If I'm happy with what I see here, I click OK, and it's done. Last but not least, let's go to the Power BI service and see what experiences we have there. There's two big ones on AI-powered experiences. The first one is Q&A. That has been around for a while, but we improve every every week when we release or when we update the Power BI service. This one is very straightforward. We have a search bar or a Q&A bar where we can actually go and just type a question in natural language. In this particular case, let's go with target revenue by product category, and you can see Power BI right away giving you an on-the-fly visual of that particular question that we have. The other thing that you can do here is, let's say you don't like the type of visualization that is being given, you can choose, for example, another one. In this particular case, let's go with a tree map. It changes the type of visualization. If you like what you see, you can pin that visual back to your dashboard. And last but not least, we have the new home experience where it's personalized for each user. In this particular case, me, it will give me, for example, the most popular dashboards that I visit, the most popular or the tiles that I use the most. So you don't have to go to the dashboard to get that preview. And other dashboards that you might be interested in, any things that you have frequently visited or favorites, things that have been shared with you, or the apps that you have listed in your Power BI repository, recommended apps based on recommendations from people similar to you based on the Office graph, and of course, things that have been shared with you, and also some training information at the end. So everything can be done from one single location without you having to spend time finding those Power BI assets in other places. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want to find out more about these features, please go to powerbi.com. Thanks.